welcome to Heat C of Robot Carnage, where another 2 seeded machines and 2 unseeded machines fight it out for a place in our series semi-final. Last week, Elf surprised everyone by beating 2 of its opponents by pure chance, while 7th seed Siren managed to push and shove its way to the next round. Let's see who we have fighting tonight. Our 2nd seed Antomic returns with his brute strength and lifter after losing to Flatline in the series grand final, and 10th seed's Lambda, whose spinning flywheel helped them spin their way into the semi-finals. Antomic just missed out on the title last time. Can they make it all the way this time? And will Lambda's spinning disc help them get one step further? Let's see how our seeds do in round 1. Antomic is back, more powerful, more determined this time after just losing out in the title last time. They've improved their lifter to help bulldoze their way through the competition.
Ice 2.
Back with a full redesign after being wiped out last series. They come with an axe weapon which remains untested, and I don't like the look of those exposed wheels.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Ice 2 with that new weapon setup, that slight wedge and axe. Hopefully do a little bit more damage than the cheese wedge they had last time, and Antomic spinning around. And there goes the axe coming into play already and pinning Antomic and lifting it up and actually getting it into the mechanism. So now they're locked together, and it's going to be a good push and shove match now. Hopefully we don't have to call for a non-stick. This is a good shoving match already. At the minute, I'd say Ice 2's possibly winning. Oh, I could be wrong there. Antomic fairly pushed back, spinning around madly. They haven't got that flipper in yet and just missed. They only pushed them into the side, and Ice 2's axe into the weapon, lifting it, preventing it from closing. If they can't close it, and they've hit the pit button, so somebody's going to go in, and it's Antomic that goes in first! They were trying to push Ice 2 away, got into the corner, slammed into it, and then tried to reverse to get out of the way, but unfortunately slipped and fell into the pit and lowered into oblivion. And Ice 2, what a machine! I like this new design.
Cease.
Ice 2 showing its true potential and sending the 2nd seeds down the pit. Who would have seen that coming? They move on to the next round, where they'll face the winner of this next fight.
Lambda.
Good drive and a large weapon should help Lambda go far, but they've had problems in the past and that weapon isn't as damaging as we thought it might be.
Trapdoor.
You don't want to be caught in this spider's web. Trapdoor is a strong looking control bot with 2 grabbing arms to hold its prey in place, but the arms look pretty flimsy to me.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Lambda spinning up its weapon, getting out of the way just in time, so it goes up to full speed, and Trapdoor just missing with those 2 spider-like arms ready to pick up Lambda, and a piece of armor goes flying already. Lambda wanting to try and target those wheels. That seems to be the weakness. And Trapdoor managing to get them into the side. Didn't do an awful lot. Another piece of armor comes off. I think they were just for show, really. But Lambda knocked it away and it actually hit the back of Trapdoor. I don't think that's done anything, but definitely for spectacle anyway. Trapdoor had a chance to get underneath Lambda, but didn't take it there. Into the side. So Lambda are attacking it everywhere. They don't seem to be afraid, and that was a good slam off the back and against the wheels. And Trapdoor completely missing and off the back, pushing them again. The servo for those arms is very exposed, and Lambda seems to be hitting it, but I don't know whether it's actually doing any damage. There were problems like this before. The weapon looked powerful enough, but wasn't really capable of causing an awful lot of damage, and there goes the pit, and it was very close. Trapdoor were nearly in there. Lambda just dancing alongside it. Both of them a little bit hesitant, although Lambda is really getting stuck in. The fact that both are, except Trapdoor is more using its back of its design to sort of push them around rather than using the claws. Very strange tactic. Another... that was one of the armor panels that just went flying. Trapdoor slamming against the wall. Very hard to see who's winning here. And that was a great slam! Trapdoor nearly capturing them. Unfortunately, the spider is going to have to wait for another meal. As Lambda spin around, up the front. Slamming again. And hitting off each other again. Lambda is managing to do something, but there's no real damage being caused. Slamming off them again. They're definitely gaining the points. But I do not know who to say is winning this. We're going to go to the judges. It's going to be very close. I wouldn't like to be a judge in this position.
Cease.
It's over to them now. We've just got confirmation of the decision, and it was a split decision in the favour of Lambda. They were the slightly more aggressive, and Trapdoor seemed to lose control near the end. Lambda move on to fight Ice 2, and Trapdoor will fight Antomic.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Ice 2's axe came down unexpectedly. What happened there? But that's given Lambda enough time to speed up. And that weapon, now at full pelt, waiting for a victim. And it hit off the front, but didn't exactly do an awful lot of damage there. No real surprise, unfortunately, and a piece of armour come flying off again. One of those decorative panels. Hit off the side of Ice 2. Didn't do anything. Shooting one of the panels away. Both up into the corner, slamming into the front of Ice 2, but that hasn't really done anything at all. Swinging them around. Weapon to weapon, and the axe goes down onto the disc and stopping it! And onto the back! Lambda bouncing off of the walls. And Ice 2 seems to be in the more control now. As Lambda pushing away, hitting off of the side, and both of them recoiled. You see, off of the side, Lambda went spinning. Ice 2 managed to hold its own. Knock another one of those panels away. Yeah, I don't know why you guys bother putting those on. Really, they just litter the arena. And Ice 2 try to get into the side and bringing the axe down, stopping the blade from spinning up again. And I think, oh, has something happened to the axe? Oh no, they've managed to reset it. I think it just jammed a little bit. There was an opportunity there for Lambda to attack Ice 2, but it bounced off of the arena wall, and Ice 2 trying to lower the pit, successfully managing a glancing blow off the side from Lambda. Now, will Ice 2 manage to control Lambda? If he can avoid that disc. And again, there are no marks, no wounds, no slices of the front of Ice 2, and they've gone into the pit! Lambda have managed to get one wheel stuck over the edge, courtesy of Ice 2, and they went in disc first, jumping up in the air, and the seeded machine has ended up in the pit, and Ice 2 are your series semi-finalists.
Cease.
The redesign has paid off, and Ice 2 chops its way to the semi-final, dumping Lambda down the pit. They'll need to get that spinner working properly as they'll face Antomic or Trapdoor again.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
We go for the box rush, both of them immediately stalemate. And now Antomic into the back of Trapdoor, managed to lift it, but not quite over, and nearly getting it over out of the arena. They managed to get themselves down and pushing them away. Trapdoor, arms raised in the air, ready to take on the second seed. But what they need to remember is Antomic is literally a bulldozer. It is powerful. It is tough. And hasn't really managed to be successful with that flipper so far, but it is early days. Trapdoor pushing Antomic all around the arena with its back, not using its claws. Bit of a strange tactic there. Antomic nearly got them over. They managed to get underneath, but didn't use the flipper in time, and Trapdoor managing to get underneath Antomic and got them with the claws! And now, Antomic are a little bit worried. Still, shoving each other all the way around the arena. Back to back. Trapdoor getting underneath, didn't use the claws in time, pinning Antomic against the wall. I think their plan is to pin Antomic, grab him with the claws, and possibly release the pit, and they've managed to get them from the front. Could have brought him down onto the lifter, but didn't. Now Antomic getting in behind Trapdoor, lifting it up, and behind again, lifting it, and nearly. I don't know whether they're trying to get out the arena or whether just to flip it over. But now our tactic seems to be working. And the pit goes down. Pushing them around again. So will we see someone Trapdoor over the edge? Or can Antomic finish them? And they're in! That's it for Trapdoor. They got one wheel stuck over the edge. Tried to get around, managed to stay over the edge, and then courtesy of Antomic, they pushed them in. And that is it for the Spider. Our second seeds are still in the competition.
Cease.
The Spider scuttles back to its web. No food for it today as Antomic pushes forward, where it will fight fellow seed Lambda. One will progress, the other will go home.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Who will be going through to join Ice 2? The lifter of Antomic or the spinner of Lambda? And Lambda not spinning that disc as fast as it has done. It's not getting the chance. Antomic doing all the bullying here, making sure it doesn't get the chance to spin up, nearly up the front of the lifter. No damage been done. Antomic pushing them around the arena. They'll want to try and get Lambda over. Lambda doesn't have a self-righter, so as long as Antomic can flip them over, they've won. Well, that's the idea, so it seems. Bit of a wild dance. The other panel comes off. Lambda bouncing off of the walls. It's almost like the armor panels are stabilizers. Now up in the corner and onto its side! And Lambda is now on its back! So all Antomic has to do now is finish it off if it can, leading it towards the pit, shoving it onto the pit floor. And now the coup de grace as Antomic tries to release the pit, succeeds, and Lambda goes down. And look at that. Great tactic from Antomic, getting Lambda over the top of the pit and then just releasing it. Goes down and Lambda alongside it. No escape from them, and it's Antomic that makes it through to the semi-finals.
Cease.
Antomic shoving its way through and earns a place in the semi-final alongside Ice 2. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. And join us next week where 6 seeds Mischief Mice and 8 seeds Xerox will begin their journey for a place in the semi-final. See you then for more Robot Carnage.